Hey guys, how's it going? Sano here, or Saya for short, back for another video. Today I'm going to be talking about Badang and his builds and how you should build him, I guess, kind of a build guide. And without further ado, let's get started then. Okay, so the emblems I use for Badang, the most common, actually, give me a second, I need to redo this thing. The most common emblem I use for Badang is Spectre. This build is the typical assassin build, probably physical assassin build, I think, where you have maximum movement speed, maximum physical pen, and then bounty hunter for the extra gold. Why do I use this emblem? I use this emblem because North America is very fucking cancer, and half the time I need to either carry the team, so I need a lot of gold to maximize my kills, or I'm being pinned down and I need to get as much gold as possible from my kills in order to make a comeback. That is why I use the bounty hunter emblem. The other emblem that I would recommend for fighter Badangs is BTK. I think this one works out really well for Badang. Again, the same substats: maximum movement speed, maximum physical pen, and then you run a killing spree as your talent. You run Killing Spree as your talent because Killing Spree offers you more HP and movement speed whenever you kill a hero. And you know, Badang, if you're playing Badang, you're always engaging first. Usually it's not even the tank that engages, it's you that engages. If it is the tank that's engaging, then you're doing something wrong. You should be the one engaging, the tank should be the one that's following you up, or peeling the enemies off of you, or making sure that they don't escape. Locking the enemies down longer within your ult duration, right? So, but that being said, when you're engaging on like 3 enemies at once, they're not going to be stunned forever. They're not going to be insta-killed. They might fight back. They're probably either going to run away or they're going to fight back. And if they fight back, your HP might get very low. Because at least in the way I play Badang, he's kind of a glass cannon. He's, decently tanky. He has good enough natural bulk, right? He's naturally bulky. He doesn't have, very fragile HP because he is a fighter class. That being said, he's definitely susceptible to damage. I think I said that right. He's definitely prone to damage, and he can definitely get nuked. But that being said, Badang does do great damage on his ult, and he might be able to kill 1 or 2 people before he starts taking damage, right? Before everyone else recovers and he starts taking damage. That is where Killing Spree comes in. It allows you to recover HP and continue fighting for longer, or get away, because you have the movement speed buff as well. So if you ult, you're getting low, you recover a little bit of HP, and you get the hell out of there, right? So that is one way that it could work out. Or you can also engage at very low HP. So for example, if the enemy team's chasing you, you only have 15% HP, but you can kill 2 of them before they recover. You can do that, and then you can recover a good amount of HP and keep on fighting and basically counterattack, right? So that is something that could be done. Next up, we have some other emblems for Badang. The next emblem would be the support emblem that I would run on tank Badangs. So this one's max movement speed as usual, hybrid penetration, and pull yourself together. Pull yourself together is really neat if you're using sprint or flicker. It's basically just something to help you learn as you play, right? Basically something to help you learn the ropes of Badang, make yourself agile, because the support emblem is the fastest moving emblem that gives you the most movement speed in the game. So, just something to keep you moving, because you're not going to be needing Killing Spree or Spectre if you're playing tank Badang, right? The damage is still there, but it's not as needed. You're not carrying the team pretty much. I mean, you can definitely still carry the team with tank Badang, but you get what I'm saying. You don't need the gold and all that as much. It's just a great starter. It's a great starter emblem. I first used the support emblem Badang when I was starting out, and it worked great for me. So, and then next up we have Apocalypse here. This is the final emblem for Badang. This is for nuke Badangs. If you run this emblem, you don't even have to get Demon Hunter Sword. You can go straight into attack items, and the damage of Badang does not drop. The damage is still there. It still hurts like hell when you get hit by Badang's during his ultimate and everything. So, this Badang emblem is definitely the nuclear emblem. It's made to kill anything, pretty much, and everything in the game. There's a few things that can, tank it. Algulus with his immense shield and everything. But, like, for example, a Terizla, which is pretty strong, right? Terizla has the whole damage reduction, reduction thing right here. Terizla, damage reduction, all that good stuff, right? And if he builds Wings of Apocalypse Queen, which gives him more damage reduction when his HP is low, he basically just tanks like a god. No, sorry, buddy. But if you run this emblem with a nuclear Badang build, which I will show you guys in a short moment, he gets killed. You can kill him with skill 2 engage, passive. Not even passive, just skill 2 engage and ultimate, and he will die. It will take up the entire ultimate duration, but he will die. And from full HP, level 15, full build, he will die. Even with potion, he will die to you as long as you have full build, level 15, and you have potion as well. So this build is really, really potent. That being said, this build is also very difficult to use because you don't get any movement speed, so you have to be a lot more precise. You're a lot slower, and you're a lot more fragile. So you do need to be careful with this build, but it is a very, very fun build to play. Now emblem. Now, onto the actual builds here. I got 3 builds loaded up here. The first one is pretty much the nuclear build. Most of my builds have been recently reworked because of the golden staff buff. Basically, before golden staff was not an optimal item on Badang. Ever since Badang's release, golden staff was never optimal on Badang until recently, until a few weeks ago, right? The reason for that is because golden staff just never... It didn't stack as quickly or proc as quickly during Badang's ultimate, but Badang's ultimate has been buffed several times by now, and it is the more effective item to use now. Plus, you get the infinite stun, but the thing is with Badang is that he's an AoE killer. He's not an auto attack one single target killer, right? If you want a single target auto attack killer, go play Alucard. You don't need Badang for this, right? You don't need Badang for that. You can just go play Alucard. Have fun with that one. Alucard's great, though. I love Alucard. But, Badang Golden Staff was never a great item for him. But with the buff, it is a pretty good item. But I would still not consider it optimal for most cases. I will show you why. I'll show you why later on. Give me one. But for now, I'll just, talk about this, right? So... the first top build is the nuclear build. You go Demon Hunter Sword, Golden Staff, Endless Battle, Blade of Heptases, Hunter Strike, and Malefic Rar. There's a couple of ways you can run the nuclear build. You don't have to run DHS at all. You can probably just go Hunter Strike first, Endless Battle, Heptases, and then Corrosive Blade, and Malefic Rar, and then with boots. That would also work, or you can go Corrosive and Berserker for the full set, full no item set. That should basically kill everything in the game. But for the most part, you do want Demon Hunter Sword and Golden Staff, simply because why not? Why would you not have them? They're great items. They work really well with Badang set. But you do want some other attack items and everything, because with how Demon Hunter Sword works, you take a percentage of the enemy's max HP, and if their HP gets low, you do start doing less and less damage. And that's why you have all these attack items such as Hunter Strike, Endless Battle, Malefic Rar. Blade of Heptases just boosts your damage by a shit ton. It's only once, but it does so much extra damage that it is worth keeping in there for the most part. Unless, I don't know. Unless you're, going up against multiple opponents. But if you can lock down, a single opponent. I know I just talked about how Badang's always about AoE. But if there's, a single marksman on the enemy team that's really giving you trouble, Heptases is definitely worth it. Wait in the bush. Wait for her or him to have an opening. Engage, and beat the shit out of it. Beat the shit out of him, right? So, that's something that is doable, right? Next up, we have Flowing Water, which is the setup build for Badang. And for this setup build, you kind of need a good partner. I would say the best partner for Badang and like a duo have to carry the team situation would probably be Karina. Why do I say Karina? Is because if you engage engage properly with Badang, Karina should be able to kill every single one of them. Granted, you don't kill any of them, right? And this is why the setup build is great. It's supposed to carry your team no matter how bad they are, assuming you and Karina can do it. Assuming you and Karina have decent amount of gold, the enemy makes a decent amount of mistakes, and you can find some good openings and maximize on those mistakes, you should be able to carry any team. Why do I say that? Because this Badang's decently tanky, right? You got the Oracle in there, you got the Immortality in there, but most of all, you got the Fleeting Time in there. And like I said, Karina has enough. If you build Karina right, she can one-shot any marksman with a full skill set, with all her skills once. She can one-shot any marksman, assuming they haven't built any magic defense, right? But that's where Badang comes in. Like we said, Demon Hunter Sword works better when you're at full HP. Golden Staff boosts Demon Hunter Sword because it gives you an extra hit. An extra hit of Demon Hunter Sword means more HP taken. More HP taken means more damage. The lower their HP goes, right? They go lower to like 50% or something like that. And once they're in 50% range, that's Karina's business. She can kill all of them, right? And that's where the second part of Badang's build comes in, though. You engage like 5 enemies at once, right? Let's say you get the perfect ult. You catch all 5 enemies, you do that damage, you might kill 1 or 2 of them. This build doesn't have the most damage, but you can definitely kill like 1 or 2 guys, but let's say you don't. Let's say they're all at low HP, they retaliate, they use their ultimates, they kill your ass. That's where Mortality comes in. Mortality allows you to revive, but there's like a few seconds cooldown, right? And the enemies just use most of their skills, so Karina comes in, cleans their asses up. If Karina dies, well, I mean, she just killed like 5 people. So now when you revive with Mortality, your ult cooldown is going to be like 8 seconds. You're going to be able to either run away and bait them and counterattack them, or you can just straight up kill them with your skill 2, skill 1. In most cases, though, if you are able to get that perfect ultimate off, it's an ace. You kill every single person on the team and on the enemy team. The tanks might survive, but they're not gonna run away from Karina in time. They're gonna die eventually. So it's really fun, but it's not the most practical build. It's something me and Zero came up with, and in theory, it works out really good. We've tried it a couple times, and it has worked out really good, but NA people are just, and ranked and all that, they die like 15 times within the first 5 minutes. I'm like, how are we supposed to come back from that? And the enemy team's like so coordinated, it's just like, oh, that's so cancer. And then the bottom build is the build I use the most on Badang. It's the standard Crush Rock, it's the standard burst build, right? The standard burst build, why do I say it's the standard burst build even though Golden Staff actually does more damage? And more damage overall. I say that because Golden Staff does have one big con. It boosts Demon Hunter Swords. It boosts Demon Hunter Swords damage because it gives you another hit, and one more hit of Demon Hunter Sword means more HP from the enemy's max HP that they're taking. But that comes with a severe downside. Once the enemies get low, Golden Staff basically does nothing because Demon Hunter Sword takes nothing, right? That's where you need actual attack items such as Hunter Strike and Heptases and Endless Battle, right? And that's why, and for the last one, it's Twilight Armor, just in case if I need any armor. Most of the time, I don't actually build Twilight Armor. By the time I get that late into the game, I usually go for like another offensive item, or maybe I go another defensive item depending on the enemy team. If the enemy team has like a Leslie with like the perfect build, which I think I have, honestly, scientifically proven, this is the perfect build for Leslie, the Def 1. It just does so much fucking damage. It's great. I need Twilight Armor for that because, as you know, Twilight Armor, physical damage will not exceed 900 points. That's pretty crucial when the Leslie can hit up to like 1.7k crit, and it's from her skill 1. It's like, what? So, yeah, that's... If you need it, you build it. You can still build defense armor earlier in the game, but I would say it's not really optimal. For the most part, you're going to need the offense more than the defense. A good offense is a good defense. And the rest of it's pretty standard build, right? You just, instead of golden staff, you use the actual attack items, so when the enemy gets low, you don't have to worry about the golden staff's effect wearing off. That was a lot of things. Okay, so for this last thing, I guess I should cover before I go into custom, just to show you guys how golden staff works versus the regular burst build. We got sprint and we got flicker. Sprint is a good spell for Badang. It allows you to move fast. It's pretty self-explanatory. It allows you to move fast. Cool, great. The next build I would use is probably flicker. I mean arrival. I guess I'll talk about arrival first. Arrival's great. Surprise attack fuckers. Always, it works like half the time. People are dumb. They don't realize that they're hitting a minion that can't be killed for like 5 minutes, and then they get ganked by you because you spawn, and then you skill 2, you ultimate, they die. Fun, very fun, very cool. And then lastly, I would say flicker, because flicker's the most practical one of them all. Sprint's great, but you might need a blink skill sometimes. Movement speed's not going to save you all the time. That being said, there are definitely times where movement speed is better than blink. It's a give or take situation. But why I use flicker over sprint is not just because of the movement speed, it's because it is a blink. And Badang, like Odette and like everyone else with like a stationary AoE skill, you can flicker while they're doing that skill and you can move the hero. It's pretty sick. So if you need to reposition yourself, like if you're ulting something and the enemies are getting away, you can flicker with the ultimate and you can hit them. Or you can flicker away and make more distance for yourself. Alright, with all that being said and done, then let me go into custom real quick. We'll go to practice mode and I'll just show you guys how the whole golden staff thing works, right? So we got Badang here. And then we have Terizla on the other side. Purify, nah. Just bring Aegis. That's gonna give you more survivability. How about we just give you Retribution? We have the tanky HP. Yeah, with the tanky HP emblem for Terizla, and now let's just go for it. So, I'll show you guys the damage with the golden staff build versus the damage with the regular burst build, right? So, need to move this over here. Max level, max gold, no CD, god mode. Meantime, I'm gonna do that. Give me some more gold. Actually, I'm gonna close the lane while I'm at it as well. And let's head on out. So, right, I guess for right now, I'll just show you guys I don't need this. I will sell that for, yeah, we'll go Milfic, right? So, I'll just show you guys with the damage bot. Fuck. Spawn the damage bot in a bad location. I'll just show you guys the damage bot right here, right? So, this is, with this build right here, you know, pretty standard burst build, right? Because I don't have the nuke emblem. You have to use the weapon master emblem to be considered nuke Badang, right? But I'm using the pretty standard burst build. So, this is the damage of the burst build. You know, 54k, right? Pretty good. 57k, pretty good. Now if I was to sell like, we'll keep Hunter Strike, right? Let's say we'll keep Hunter Strike, we'll sell Malefic, and then we'll get Golden Staff. We'll have to seize is revived. Alright, so this is the damage with Golden Staff. A lot more damage, right? 63k compared to 57k. Now let's keep the same build and let's go fight that Terizla. Is he full build? Yes, he is full build. As you can see, we did a good amount of damage, but once he got low to like 3k HP range, he started like tanking like a god. I'm actually gonna go to his base and fight him, right? Because once his Wings of Apocalypse Queen came in with the damage reduction and everything else, and his own HP being low, the damage reduction there. It just prevented him from like taking a lot of damage once he was low. We'll show you again. As you can see, we do great damage, but once he gets low, he starts taking a little less damage with Golden Staff. Now, if I was to use like, I guess I'll go Berserker, right? Let's say I'll go Berserker. Is this... I don't think his Apocalypse Queen is on cooldown. It's finished from cooldown yet, but... Let's say we engage him now, right? So... Okay, that was... Okay. Ignore me. I don't know. You know what? I don't know. If you have Badang, just go test it out yourself. In theory, you do less damage once... In theory, you do less damage once they get low with Golden Staff, but... clearly, the game says otherwise. Let's engage him again here. Okay, yeah, okay. Ignore this last part. Nobody heard that. Nobody heard this. And here's a flicker alt thing. Yeah, cool, sick. Okay. Ignore the part about the Golden Staff. I don't know. You know what? Just go test it out yourself. Use what you like, honestly. Badang's great. He's fun. Golden Staff works fine, but I do prefer the regular burst build. Let me know what you guys think. You can definitely use Golden Staff all you want. Golden Staff is definitely not a bad item anymore, but before it was definitely not optimal, but now it's pretty good, right? It's not the best, it's not the worst thing in the world for sure, right? So with all that being said then, guys, I'll talk to you later, and yeah, sail out.